Just out of curiosity, what was it like having all that money, all that notoriety at 18 years old and standing out? Did you get a huge ego? Did you spend it all? Did you put it in, save it for retirement?
Well, I gave a little bit to my parents, and thank God I did that because I basically spent the rest of it. I used to go to Vegas every 2 weeks. My friend
Wow.
Hussein and I would take a flight on Friday and come back on Monday morning. We
Wow.
tried the Sunday evening thing, but it didn't really work out too well, so we'd come back on Monday morning. And I also put a bunch of it into a second company I started. It was challenging having money at an early age because you really don't have the skills to figure out what to do with it. And for me, I there were so many things that I couldn't afford to buy, right? And or things that I couldn't afford to do before. And as soon as I got a little bit of money, I started to try to live out my life as best as I could. I used to have this plan called the Freedom 25 plan, where when I was 18, I made a commitment to myself that I would retire at the age of 25. Now, might be a little short-sighted because I'm 28 today and working harder than I ever have worked in my entire life.
Yeah. How has the meaning of money changed you? And you said you're working harder than you ever have, and you've raised over $10 million in financing.
hmm
How did that experience of getting a lot of money then spending it all? How did that change what money meant to you?
It's a great question. When you don't have any money, you have no idea what it feels like. So when I did get a little bit of money, for the first little while, it was awesome. Like I couldn't be happier just with the fact that I had some money and could spend it on whatever I wanted to spend it on. But very quickly, once you've gone to Vegas 27 times, once you have a really nice car, once you've gone to the mall and bought everything you could possibly buy, you start to realize that there are other things in life, and you start to seek out what else makes you happy. And I think for me, I realized that money was one thing that was really important to me, but there were other things that were more important to me as well. And one of the things that I'm working on right now, sort of a personal thing for me, is trying to establish a better relationship with my parents and my sister. And I think that since moving to San Francisco and starting Involver, I haven't had as much time to spend with my parents. While I have a lot of comforts in life, one of the things that I don't have is the luxury of spending a lot of time with my family. And so that's one of the things that I'm really focused on for 2011.